Okay, we're live. Hey everyone. Hi Gerald.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
I'm grand. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, and I'm even better knowing that my husband is jealous that I'm sharing the screen with you.
Is Jeffrey watching?
Well, he's working, but he's a big Chris fan.
Oh,
I mean, he tells me that all of the time.
that
So,
is nice.
so
It is always really nice to hear from Jeffrey and to see him and stuff. Um, how is he doing? Let's start off by talking about Jeffrey. Let's start with the important things.
yes. Jeffrey's doing okay. He has a birthday this month.
Does he? How
Yes, he
exciting!
does. And we have some a bit of time scheduled to go away. So we're looking forward to that. It'll be very, very nice.
Very nice. What's the deal? What's the where are you going and how long he's away for?
We're going to go to Amish country, and we're going to be going for 2 nights. So it's 2.5 days. So and it'll be lovely. We go to this area when I'm teaching quilting classes,
Oh,
but we
nice.
never have an opportunity to go and enjoy the environment because we're always working. So,
Got you.
but
Okay.
yeah,
That sounds exciting.
yes.
Shall we go down the list and say hi to everyone?
I think that would be great because, all of the best chatters, all of the work lurkers, the best lurkers, and the future lurkers. Chris, you knew I was going to have all of these cards, right?
Of course, I wouldn't. I would have been
You know,
disappointed if you didn't.
you know. Hello, everybody. Elemental cartomancy. Ah,
Right, we've got Simon from the Hermit's Cave is first in. Hi, Simon. How you doing? And we've got the lovely Sandra from Spirit of
yay.
Avalon. Hi, Sandra. And we've got Kat. We've got Scott. Hi, Scott. How you doing? Apox is here. And the lovely Sorsha. We've got Ferdiad. Hi, Ferdiad. Raya. I think it's Raya. Hi, Raya. How you doing? Let's see.
Did you see the lovely Patrice?
Patrice, yeah. Just as you said that, I saw Patrice.
Yes.
Hi, Patrice. And our beautiful Deanna's here too.
Hey.
And my lovely Marion. Hey, Marion, how you doing?
Marion, I need to actually get my put my big boy pants on and send you an email and invite you to be a guest on my channel. I'm always networking. Sorry.
So I'm sure Marion would enjoy that.
So
Marion enjoys a good laugh.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, she has hung out with you. She's done lives with you. So yes.
This is true. Over on Instagram, we have the lovely Patrice and we have reflections by Magellan. So I'm probably absolutely butchering that pronunciation, so apologies, but it's lovely to have you both. Okay, Gerald, do you want to, for anyone who might be meeting you for the first time, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about the lovely Gerald from Tarotstache?
Sure. I'm Tarotstache. Hence, this is multiple layers. Where did you go, Chris? I'm like, what?
I was giving you the stage.
Oh, so please.
Would you prefer it like this?
Oh, yeah, that's helpful. So I'm Tarotstache. And I have a lot of tarot cards. So I have a huge stash of cards, huge stash of decks, hence the name. I've been studying tarot almost 30 years. I am retired. I used to be a trainer at a library and a supervisor. I love it. I like reading. I like organizing things. And I am a creative. I am one of those people who I'm like, ooh, let's see if this can work. Let's see how we can do it. And I have been playing with fabric and creating paintings with fabric, as I like to call them. So they're great fun. They're great fun. So
your fabric creations are absolutely beautiful.
oh,
So
thank
they are
you.
the ones that I've seen, the ones that you've posted.
Thank you.
Always really, it's different. Do you know what I mean? It's something different that you don't see every day. And I just think it's always really interesting the things that you can create just through fabric.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I'm a huge collector of things, tarot decks, yarn, fabric. I mean, it's a thing because I like to have options, Chris. I mean, I gotta have options.
Yeah, no, I think we can all relate to that, folks?
Yes.
Just a quick hello to some other people that have come in. So the lovely Debbie from Aquarius Owl is here. And we have got Kathy from Tortoiseshell Moon. And Marion says, Gerald, I would be delighted to join you for a chat. So there you go.
Okay.
So yeah, you should get in touch with each other because that's a chat I would want to watch.
Yeah. Well, and I do a lot of I do readings online. I also have conversations. I really the most recent thing that I've been doing is having something called creativity conversations where we talk about being creative and the importance of creativity, following the fascination. Those are things that right now sometimes it's hard to remember that they are important to do. And so I want to draw attention to it. And what does it mean? And I've got a couple of shows scheduled for that in the month of September and October. And it's just like, don't overthink it. Just, honor it and give it the right attention. Because I am looking at, all of the people who are watching, they're creative. And I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So
yeah. I know that I'm putting you in the spot and I hadn't asked you to prepare anything before, but do you have any kind of creations, maybe any fabric creations or anything there that to hand that you could show us?
I
don't worry if you don't.
I don't because I have them upstairs in my in the sewing studio because I've been working on them.
Studio. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have a sewing studio? You don't have a music studio or a music area, Chris?
No. Okay. This is welcome to my tarot studio. Also my work studio. It depends which computer I've got plugged into the setup, really.
Yep.
But yeah, this is my office where I work. Well, office study, is that the proper term for it because it's in the house? But yeah, so you obviously know this room because it's got all my tarot decks behind me, and this is where I've always been whenever you have seen me. But when I plug out my own computer and I plug in my work laptop, all of this behind me gets blurred, and this becomes my workspace. So yeah.
Well, we do what we need to do, and so yeah. I'm chuckling because of course I have a sewing studio. You don't have a sewing studio? I'm like, what? Anyhow,
I don't know if you know the Heebie Jeebie shop. Lovely lady called Lainey. She runs like a crystal shop. She lives quite near me, and I've been to her house, and she's got like a room downstairs, and it's just filled. If you've seen any of her lives, then you'll know the room. It's where she goes live from and does her crystal sales. But her room is just like, it's like all crystals and witchy stuff and tarot decks, oracle decks, you name it, she's got it. But yeah, she's got like a wrapping room upstairs. And it's like where, because they sell a lot of stuff online, they post a lot of stuff out, so they kind of use that room to parcel up all their stuff that they're selling.
Yeah. Who is it? Is it the Spielbergs have a wrapping room or something like that. I heard that as a rumor a while ago. And I'm
Right.
like, wow, that's a lot of gift giving.
Yeah, that's true. True. I'm sure there was. Did you ever watch Will and Grace?
Yes.
So when Grace moves out, I'm sure Will turns her bedroom into like a wrapping room. I just assumed that was I don't want to come across wrong here, but I just assumed that was like an American thing to do. Like you all love to have like a wrapping room. You just wrapped presents. I don't know.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not in my version of America, but that's okay. So, and it's like, I do like to acquire things, and I see great things for gifts for my husband, Jeffrey.
Oh,
And the
he's a lucky
problem
guy.
is I'm intending to buy them for his birthday, but I get it in June, and I'm too excited to wait, so I give it to him in June. So when his birthday shows up in September, I'm like going, oh my gosh, I've given him all of the things that I had gotten for him. But that's okay. And I do purchase responsibly. I know my limits. So
Okay. I can see it on your t-shirt.
oh yes,
Like no
yes,
limits.
yes. I mean, it's fun.
Is what was I going to ask you there, Gerald? Is Jeffrey a Virgo or a Libra?
He's a Virgo, and he's Virgo in both Western or tropical and true sidereal. So, in case there's any question about that, so
cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch us back, and I'll stop messing about with it.
Okay. I mean, just the next time you're willing to do that, I'll be, I just want to put my tiny hands up so that I can hold on if we're moving.
Patrice says love to Jeffrey and Sandy. Thank you, Patrice.
Mm-hmm.
78 Card Karaoke joined on Insta. Hi there, how you doing?
Hello.
Let's see. Marita's here. Hi, Marita. She says only if you're rich enough to give a lot of gifts. Marion says Aaron Spelling had a wrapping room in his mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Spelling did Charmed, is that right? That was one of the things that he did?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I believe so.
Dolly Parton says that she has her own wrapping room.
Well, I always think of Dolly Parton as Saint Dolly Parton because that woman knows how to share the wealth. I mean, she's done.
Dolly is just such an amazing person, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm a big fan, and she's the Imagination Library because she would give away a book every month until a kid got to a certain age, and now it's more places are doing it. So we're reaching kids and giving them access to books. It's really, really amazing.
Yeah. Really amazing. She's just a wee sweetheart. So she is. I've never heard of her doing anything this could be my ignorance and not knowing stuff, but I've just never heard of anyone like saying, "Oh, she wasn't very nice when she did that," or do you know what I mean? Because it feels like everybody's done something, but I don't know. I feel like Dolly can do no wrong.
Well, and you know what? If she does wrong, she would probably be the first to admit it.
Yeah, I know.
And then turn it into a best-selling song.
Yeah, just like, do you know something that really just like? So Dolly Parton obviously wrote "I Will Always Love You," the song that was made very famous by Whitney Houston. Dolly Parton did that before Whitney. She wrote that, was it in the 70s or something? And her version of it is very, very good, but it never really made the song what it is. It was Whitney's version that did that because it was in The Bodyguard. And when you hear Dolly talking about it, like, it's not just that she's like kind of oh well done Whitney, like she's like so kind of a happy for Whitney for what she was able to do to that song, and it fills her with so much joy when you hear her talking about it. Like, how many people have that grace and, you know, can actually just be so happy for someone else who took something that they did and made it brilliant? I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know how I managed to get onto that, how we managed to get on to Dolly Parton. But
you know, because I called her Saint Dolly Parton, and
yeah, that's right.
Simon said it was from the best little whorehouse in Texas. I Will Always Love You. And I mean, and there's videos about Dolly hearing it for the first time. And as she was driving, she had to pull her car over because she was so moved by it. And it's like, I love that.
Yeah. Hi, Naomi, by the way. It's lovely to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Let me just see. Sorry, I went to the bottom and worked my way up the chat, and now I'm having to go back down and find my way to where I left off.
You know, by the way, what you don't realize, Chris, is when I learned how to engage with chat from watching you. I'm heaping praise in your general direction, because Chris talks and then he catches up with chat, and then he talks and then he catches up with chat, and it's a very comfortable flow. And when I've talked to people who are interested in creating a YouTube channel or doing stuff live, I always say, I learned this from Chris from Elemental Cartomancy, because there's a nice rhythm to it. So if every once in a while you suddenly get these, you know, a bunch of people subscribing, you know, I'll take the blame, but
that's very, very kind of you. Thank you. I appreciate
it's true.
That. I feel very frantic sometimes when I'm doing chat. I imagine we all get that, just that feeling of, oh shit, I've not got up the chat in a while, or, you know, oh, I'm trying to find the next person who's joined or something like that, you know. It's married to say Jeffrey's a serious Virgo.
He is. He's got lots of Virgo in his chart. It's like he may be all Virgo. It's
really,
yeah.
Wow. Kat says, I had to step out and help carry in the groceries. The nerve. Don't worry, Kat. Do you know, I always talk about carrying in the shopping when I pull the Ten of Wands. The carrying in the shopping is I've got like sometimes when I'm trying to explain a card, particularly when I'm reading for someone who doesn't really know the tarot, when I'm reading in person, I like to have wee stories or wee analogies where I explain what I feel, you know, what the card means for me, and that kind of a trying to do everything at once is my kind of I've got this thing where I'll try and carry all the shopping bags in at once, even though I know it's going to absolutely kill my hands. And I know I shouldn't do it, but it's just something in my brain is like, I know we need to be efficient. We need to, do you know what I mean? So that's my Ten of Wands thing, is the carrying in the shopping.
I like that, because Jeffrey does the same thing, because part of it is he's like, oh, I can do this. There is no doubt in my mind. I can get them all in one go. And I'm like going, chillax. It's okay.
But, let's see. Didn't he do Dynasty as well? I think I've lost
Aaron Spelling.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's done a few things. I've definitely seen his name coming up in a few things. I don't know if it's Buffy or he's done something. Marita's putting the links in. Thank you, Marita.
Thank you.
Let's see. Dolly is an amazing and incredible businesswoman. She's the sweetest. It was from the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Yep.
I Will Always Love You, is it?
Yes.
All right. Is that what Dolly wrote it for?
I don't know if she wrote it for that, but it's in there, and yeah. And by the way, there's the interwebs, and people can probably find it. So
yeah, true. I heard that she wrote it for. She was doing like a TV program or something, TV show with someone, and she wrote that as a kind of a. She was leaving the show.
Yes, that's
and
right.
Like,
you're right, Chris. By the way, everybody, here's the short. Chris, you're right.
I don't. Do you? So I know you do those short things. I keep meaning to ask you, like, do you have something that pulls them out for you, or do you just go and find them and add them in, or like how do you do that? Or are these secrets for after we finished the live? Are these like behind the scenes secrets?
These are behind the scenes secrets that I'll share when I use StreamYard. StreamYard can automatically do some of them. However, I can also redo that in the library of StreamYard and, create some shorts. It's actually, there's a bit of a learning curve with it. However, the shorts are fun. They're really, I think they're hilarious. Anyhow, yeah. I mean, especially when I say things like, "You're right, Chris." So
cool. That actually is probably a good time for me to plug. I have just made an elemental cartomancy TikTok, but I need to. They don't let you go live until you've got like 1,000 followers on TikTok. So if all of my people could jump over to TikTok and give me a wee follow, that would be very much appreciated. In fact, I can probably stick a link in because I've still got it on another tab. There we go. So yeah, give me a wee follow on TikTok, folks. There's no content or anything on there yet because you know me, I'm a gobshite and I talk for ages and I don't really have it down getting 1 minute videos yet, but we'll work something out. But yeah,
I love that.
If you could, and whilst you're doing that, you might as well take some time and go over and follow Gerald on all his socials. So make sure that you follow Tarotstache subscribe to Tarotstache on YouTube and follow him on Instagram and find him in all the places. Hunt him down and stalk him in person if you want. Just make sure that you're subscribed to him on YouTube.
Well, thank you. Gosh. And what's funny is Chris was, getting used to things, and he seemed to be surprised because backstage he was asking me how I was doing, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm nervous," and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm nervous. I want to do the best. I want to do the best for the people who are watching." And Jeffrey Quill and I created a spread, and so I want this spread to be useful and meaningful for people. So, and it's part of my nerves. It's part of my routine of how I do it. And I'm always nervous and excited before I do a show. Always.
It just shows you care, doesn't it?
Oh, well, thank you. I think so. But yeah, I don't want anybody. I mean, people have got a lot of options of what to do with their time. I'm just grateful people are sharing some of their time with us. I mean, I love that.
This is very true. Very, very true indeed. I'm not too bad before going live before doing live streams, but see before I do like in-person reading events like markets and fairs and stuff, I am so nervous. I start off thinking, why have I done this again? Why am I doing this to myself? Who do I think I am? Why did I sign up to do this? And then by the end of the event, I'm like, that was great. I can't wait to do another one. And it's like, honestly, like before it to after it, I'm a completely different person. And it's more or less every single time. That weekend there was a wee bit different because I had two. I had one on the Saturday and one on the Sunday. And the Sunday one was so refreshing because I'd just done one on the Saturday and I was still kind of on that high. I didn't have the nervousness on this kind of a Sunday morning. So I was
Yeah.
actually like sauntering into the place feeling okay. And I was like, oh, this is actually great. Like, I've actually managed to eat something this morning and I can enjoy my cup of coffee and stuff without worrying that I'm going to, you know, throw up or something. So, yeah, that was, but yeah, I get so nervous before them. It's quite bad, actually.
I honestly think that part of those nerves is just the energy excitement, and it's just like, woo, yeah, because I mean, before I do any live, and I've talked about this before, I have a bit of a ritual that I do to help me get me in the space. And when I'm hosting, I'm like going, oh my gosh, I got to make sure that my guest has everything they need. So it's, but I've done that for much of my career, and I like holding space for people. It makes me feel good. I like seeing people exactly where they are, because, you know, because I mean, that's excitement to me. That's exciting. So
yeah. What's also kind of exciting about doing this is, like, if it wasn't for this, we would never have met, Gerald. We would never be able to, we would never be sitting having a conversation if it wasn't for the interwebs and, you know, YouTube and, you know, all of that kind of a thing. So I think that makes it all the more exciting, is because I know that I'm connecting and speaking to someone who I otherwise wouldn't have been able to.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So
well, and I think, do I still have the honor of being the guest on the roundtable readings the most? Is it 3 times? Is it
no,
4?
4? It might be 3. I had the number 4 in my head for some reason. Or are we due another one soon? Is that maybe why I'm thinking 4? Or are we not long after doing one?
Well, we could do another one, but I don't know how exciting it is for people to see Gerald. You know, we do well, and it's like you've been on my channel. We've done really wonderful things about reading together, and the overly complicated readings, the circle punched cards. You were the first one who read with those and with me, and I think it's just oftentimes readers don't have an opportunity to be read. And I just think it's great when somebody trusts me enough to say, hey, will you do a reading for me? Just in general, it's great. And then when they are a reader, I'm like, woo, okay. Like, I'm all for it.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of which, by the way, I know we're only at 9:30, but just kind of on that note, and again, folks, I'm putting Gerald in the spot here. If I was a good host, if I was a gracious host and someone who was considerate and courteous, then I would have said all these things to him before and not put him on the spot live on the YouTubes. But here we go. It is up completely your choice whether we pull our own cards, so me reading for me and you reading for you, or do we want to do it a wee bit different, change it up, and you pull cards for me and I pull cards for you. That's completely up to your very good self, and you don't need to decide now.
I've already decided. I say let's do it. I mean,
let's read for each
let's
other.
Read for each other. I think that's
cool.
I think that's a great opportunity.
Excellent.
And by the way, just to let everybody know, it's a 5-card spread. We've called it the Cosmic Reset Mandala spread. And so there's going to be 5 cards. So get your decks. And because I do have, and guess what? I have little cards that are, here's what the meanings of them are. And see, can't you see them? Oh, here, I have to turn them this way so you can see them. See them? See them? I'm not telling you what the meanings are yet. But Chris did see it, and he liked it. So
I loved it. I thought it was excellent. So yeah, that's a wee spoiler for you. We'll probably closer to 10 o'clock for us in the UK. We'll start the spread, but you never know. Maybe we'll get far too excited and we'll just start early. But yeah, it's a good prompt, and it's nice to get a wee bit of info so you can start having a think about what deck you want to use for the spread, and start thinking about looking out a tarot deck that you want to use for the spread. Gerald, is there any kind of tips or any kind of a direction as to the type of deck that people might want to pick, or maybe the general feel for what kind of a thing we're going to
What we're going to be doing is Jeffrey brought up that in this moment of the year, it's perfect for a cosmic reset. And we are about 2 weeks away from the equinox. So in the north, that means the harvest season, second harvest, and letting go. And in the southern hemisphere, it means planting the new growth. So this spread can flow both ways. And it's a 5-card mandala laid out in a diamond shape. And each position reflects a different part of the cycle we're moving through. So does that help? Does that answer your question?
I think it does, yeah. It gives people a wee bit of direction about what we're going to be reading. So, yeah, folks, have a look at your decks and pick one out and have it ready. Let's start that shuffling process. And I'm saying all this, and I've not picked out a deck yet. So we'll see. Like I said earlier on, I'll wing it.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let me stop ignoring all my lovely guests and I'll catch up with the chat. Excuse me. So Dolly sang it in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. The only one of my friends from uni does a wee bit of acting. So she's part of like a club thing. And we went to see them perform in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. But the only song that I remember from that is Texas has a whorehouse in it. Lord have mercy on her soul. I don't remember anything else. That's all. And I was singing that one line for ages after it. So Sandy just loved me for that. Talk about dynasty. Let's see. Oh, there's our lovely Kristen. Hi, Kristen. I think Kristen is coming live with me in a fortnight, in 2 weeks' time, if I remember right. Is it in a fortnight or is it in next week? I'm pretty sure it's a fortnight because next week I don't think I can go live, folks, because I'm going to be very drunk, to be totally honest with you.
Why will you be drunk?
I have a conference at work and we're going to the pub after. So I'm going to have a few sherries.
Just a few? Okay.
No,
I was going to say,
just a few.
Is Sandy bringing you home or are you taking a cab?
Sandy will hopefully be picking me up. He picked me up. He picked me up last year, right? And one of the people that I work with was like, oh, "Sandy's picking you up. Can I come down and meet Sandy?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So she came down and she gave him a hug.
Aww.
And he's not stopped going on about it since. He's been like, "You made someone hug me."
And yeah.
So yeah.
By the way, Kristen did say yep. So it is a fortnight.
Brilliant. Okay. All the bags cutting into your hand. Oh, sorry. Is that how far behind I am? Right. Let me just do a quick. Dolly Rowe, I will always love you. For the guy she did a TV show with, who was also her then partner.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Good. Talking about. I wanted so much to take my mum to see Dolly before she declined, but I just couldn't afford them. They were astronomical. I feel like lots of like tickets are just ridiculous prices these days. I managed to get tickets to see Ollie Alexander. Do you know Ollie Alexander?
Of course, Gerald? I don't.
No. Ollie is he was in a show called It's a Sin.
Oh, yes.
So he was like one of the main characters in it. It's a Sin. Do you know It's a Sin, the TV show?
I know of it, but yeah. Simon had talked about it when it first came on and was like, oh yeah, this sounds really good, but I've not seen it.
It's such a it's such a beautiful program, such a really well done. It's like well done. It's authentic. Really gets you right in the heart. Because I mean the person who someone who one of the actresses, one of the people that's playing, she's what am I trying to say? It's Jill's mum. Jill, the person that plays Jill's mum, was the real life Jill, right? So Jill is one of the main characters who's going through this, who's like, it's all about the AIDS crisis in the 80s. For anyone who doesn't know the program, and the person that plays Jill's mum was the real life Jill.
That's incredible.
So I think I've got that right. Simon, you can correct me if I'm talking shite, but yeah. So because it's like you've got people who are actually there and involved, and it's just amazing. But anyway, I was talking about Ollie Alexander. He's a fantastic. He's a really good singer. He's seems like such a really nice, down to earth, genuine person. So yeah, I mentioned it because I went and seen him in concert earlier this year, and the tickets were really reasonably priced. Like I think maybe like £40, £50 maybe a ticket, which is really, really reasonable, considering how much I would imagine Dolly's tickets would have been that Kristen's talking about. Kristen says, I'm always nervous before I go on lives, especially if I'm reading for people. Sandra says, I'm always nervous with lives.
Pamela
says, am I dreaming the very long anticipated Chris and Gerald together at last? I have to change my TV for this. So you're putting us up on the TV. Don't. Because I'm a team leader now in my work, I've had to, so we do the conference that I'm talking about next Thursday, right? The leaders have to do like a wee quick video thing saying why, the things that you're proud of from this year and the things that you're looking forward to for the upcoming kind of a few months to next year. And it's really just a chance to tell your team how how amazing they are and how proud of them you are. Which I love, and I love my team and I love being able to do that. But the conference has been held in a cinema. It's been held in Cineworld in Glasgow. So my big stupid face is going to be up on full-size cinema screen. So, and that I'm not averse to being on screens, obviously, because I'm used to doing this, but that does not mean that I want to be on a full-size cinema screen.
I want somebody to take a picture. I want somebody to take a picture of you standing next to your face, and so that you can post that on social media. It's like,
that shan't be happening.
Well, let me ask. I have to ask Pamela this. Pamela, do these tiny hands look big on your television screen? I'm losing subscribers as we speak.
Chris is here, and I've just realised there's a reply function on this. So here I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna do reply. Oh, okay. So it just tags Chris. So if I do reply to that comment and do hi Chris, then it comes right. Okay, it comes up and just tags him and then says hi Chris. Right. Okay.
Well, that's cool. That's a nice function for the host. I like that.
It's handy, especially because I'm I suppose when I'm watching people, I'm always on my phone, and for some reason, I don't know why YouTube has never sorted this out, but for some reason, when you're on your phone, it doesn't autofill the tags when you do it.
Yes, it doesn't on your phone. Yeah, it's frustrating on the phone.
And it's been the same for years. All the years I've been watching YouTube, it's always been the same. I don't know why they've never sorted it. Who's that you've got there?
Idea. This is a bluebird. Tom from Early Ritual just came in, and there's a thing about bluebirds. It's causing him to go into a seizure right now, but that's okay.
Okay.
But it's okay. I'm being a smart aleck because he just said he popped in and said unsubbed. So that's
Oh
fine.
dear. Let me see. So that was where Chris came in. Linda is here. Hi, Linda. How are you? It's lovely to see you. And Linda says she can only stay for a few minutes, but she'll catch the replay. So you're probably already away, Linda. But if not, then thank you for popping in. It's lovely to see you. Oh, Marion, thank you so much. Marion is like my personal cheerleader, so she is. She's the only reason that I've got my lighting just changed there. That was weird. Marion's the only reason that I've been able to have the confidence to do the in-person reading stuff, the markets and the fairs and that.
I'm going to heap praise in Marion's general direction. So just be ready. It's like when I watch her, there's a certain aspect of the energy field that I am in that tingles because she is present, and she is one of these people who, if we knew each other in school, she would probably get me in so much trouble. She would probably be saying things like, go ahead, try it. Nobody will see you do it, Gerald. Just go ahead. So I don't know if that's true or not, but
I reckon it is true. But the nice thing is, like a wee bit of behind the scenes information on Marion is Marion was actually very friendly with her teachers at school because she used to read their tarot cards, or there was at least one teacher, I'm sure, where Marion was able to get out of classes, get out of gym class or something, because her, whatever it was, teacher wanted to get their tarot cards read. So she says, right, if you read my cards for me, I'll write you an excuse note to get out of the class. Tell me if I've remembered that right, Marion, or am I making shit up? But so with Marion being in with all the teachers, as much as she could get you into trouble, she would probably be able to get you out of trouble because Marion knows people. That's her Marion.
Oh yeah, I agree. I love that.
Patrice says, Gerald, you are a beautiful, brilliant, and kind host. I wholeheartedly agree.
Thank you.
We've got the amazing Beth from Aspasia Rising. Hi, Beth. How you doing? And Beth says you're improvisational, not impolite. I think there is a very fine line, though, Beth. I think my problem is I forget things. Now, if I was so I made this with the intention of doing a wee list of things that I was going to do before and during the live, but as you can see, something obviously took my attention away. So I've got a very nice title, but I've got no notes. So I'm winging it, folks.
Well, and I think the improvisational or impolite depends upon how it is received. So yeah, great improvisational. I'm for it.
Let's see. Beth is using the Magic Maker's Tarot by Paulina Fay. Very nice. What other deck was it that Paulina Fay made? I'm sure, was it the Spirit Song, or am I making that up?
I don't remember.
Linda says, reinventing identity, letting go of the past, perfect eclipse energy. Very nice. And, oops, I done it again. Debbie is using the Daydream Tarot. Marion is busy building shipping boxes, so just watching today. Have you been following Marion's Instagram? Have you seen that she's had the decks through?
I have not seen it because I had to limit myself on my social medias, so for my own mental well-being, and but I need to peek back in there. So
yeah, no, that I totally get that. I think we can probably all relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the Oracle deck, the healing, the grief, the Oracle deck, right?
The Grief Journey Oracle.
Yeah,
Yep,
I mean,
that's
really
it.
powerful. Because I saw early on when she was before it was in Kickstarter and how she allowed spirit to guide and to connect her to the artist that she wanted, and really, really powerful.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I don't have my deck yet. I'm excited to get that in a few weeks' time because I'm one of the lucky ones that I get mine in person. But I have seen Marian's copy of it, and it's so nice. It's the word that I'll keep wanting to use is delicious, but that makes it sound like I'm going to eat it, and I'm not. But I do have. I'm getting two because I wanted to get. You know me, I'm not a backup deck kind of person, but I wanted to have one that I can just use whenever I want to use it, and I also wanted to have one that just sits over there on my kind of a friender. So yeah, I've backed for two, and I'm excited for it.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
Why did I start telling you that? Oh yeah, because I said I make it sound like I'm going to eat it, and the point I was making there was if I wanted to, I could, but I don't intend to.
That might be a little weird, but or not.
One man's weird is another man's
Awesome.
yeah. Let's see. Ferdiad says, I found it such a tough watch. Brought back so many memories.
Yeah.
And Simon agrees.
You are way far behind in the chat, dude.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just laughing. I'm like going.
Let's see. Yeah, the real life Jill played Jill's mum, and it's Russell T. Davis's story, but he took himself out of it as he didn't want it to be about him.
Yeah.
Is Chris's sound not matching his lips for anyone else, or is it my computer? Says Kristen. Am I okay for you, Gerald?
You're okay with me? Yes.
Okay.
I think you're okay on the other side. I didn't see anybody comment.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see.
I have to say, Marion said, please don't eat the deck. I'll buy you a muffin.
Deal. I do love a good muffin. This is where early ritual came in. How you doing? And I am ignoring the bluebird. My therapist said it's best for me to ignore Gerald's jinx.
Good luck, Tom.
Decided to use my steampunk today, says Manita. Very nice. I don't have it. Have you got the steampunk tarot?
I have a couple of versions of the steampunk tarot. I have the Caitlin one, which is over in my travel bag because I have it for a specific purpose.
Right.
And yeah, and then I have the other one too. So I have two versions of a tarot. Yeah, of the steampunk.
Cool. Sorry, Gerald. I was getting distracted there because my dogs are running riot around the living room.
Of course, it's your 11 or your 10?
10 minutes to 10, yeah. So they're going absolutely bonkers, but Sandy's just put them both into their bed, so we're all good. Let's see. Ferdiad says, I can't stay up late enough to do the spreads, but I'll do it on the rewatch. No worries, Ferdiad. I hope that you have a good day at work tomorrow. Hope it goes in quick for you. And let's see. Difficult with the phone to respond. Gerald, yes. Tiny hands, full 60 inches. Marion says, yeah, that's correct. And I know lots of people. Beth says, Joie de Vivre was Paulina's deck. Okay. Getting my correct Amethyst Tarot, says Pamela. And Gothic Literature Tarot. And it's inching at a snail's pace across Canada, says Kristen. I think
that. Yeah.
Is that a deck that's quite dark and it's got silver edges? I'm sure Marion pointed that one out to me maybe about a year ago or something. If it's the one I'm thinking of. Beth says, my pup had major surgery. I didn't get any sleep last night. I feel like it was when I was a new mum, except I'll be 71 next week. Oh, I hope that the pup's okay, Beth.
Yeah. He says he's on a lot of drugs right now. And he's got that stupid cone on, this cone of shame. So
yeah, the cone of shame it's a necessary evil, so it is, because I know they do those wee suits that are supposed to stop them getting it themselves, but so I'll always remember this. My mum's wee cockapoo, when she got spayed, my mum thought, right, I'll just use the wee suit, and ended up opening up some of the stitches. She's fine, like Darcy was fine. They took her back to the vet and everything got sorted. But yeah, the cone of shame, I would always say to people, use the cone of shame, because it definitely stops them. But little soul. Let's see, got distracted. What have you backed two of? Marion's Grief Journey Oracle, Simon. The Grief Journey Oracle by Marion, or Marion K. Tarot, and the artist is Terry Cottrell. Is that right, Marion? Terry lives not very far away from where Pixie painted the RWS. Interesting fact. And it is an oil, like the paintings are oil paintings. They're absolutely stunning. The artwork is right up your street, Simon. So definitely check it out if you've not seen it. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm getting there, Gerald. I think I'm catching up.
Oh, you're getting there. I mean, this is what happens when the best chatters are watching and they're really engaged. So
yeah, Chris won't see this for 10 minutes, but your audio is synced fine here. That's good. That's good. I thought you'd lost the Steampunk by Barbara Moore.
I think I found it because I've been moving a whole bunch of stuff around. Yes. So
Naomi is using Curious Travels, but we'll have to see if I can last the full reading. Okay, Jane the Seeker Tarot's here. Hi, Jane. How do I miss most of this? Hi, Chris, Gerald, and all in chat. Says, thank you. We went through this in 2023 on the left knee. Now it's the right. Luckily, only two back legs. Okay. Also, yeah, the Gothic Literature Tarot is cool, but weird cardstock, says Marion. Oh, I'm not against weird cardstock, because I'm a riffle shuffler. Depending on what kind of weird it is,
yeah,
I don't mind weird cardstock. Let's see. Bodhi's surgeon said he could use the sleeve, but only with the stupid cone. Yeah. We saw. Marita says, Beth, I've found that animals respond very well to handling crystals. Carnelian and bloodstone are beneficial for wound repair. Yeah, my dogs are obsessed with the crystals that sit on my frienda, let me tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got it's just like a food tray, like a tray for eating your dinner on, really. But it's round and it's wooden and it's actually really nice. So it sits on my fender, and I always I'm not like a crystal pretty type person, but I like to arrange things nice geometrically, right? So I like to kind of arrange my crystals on it, and then I'll come back the next day and one will be moved out of place, And I'm like, who moved that crystal? And I move it back. And then, like, after a couple of days, I'll come and it's like the whole thing's just been. I'm assuming it's the dogs. Maybe it's like ghosts or something.
Unless you have a guest, an uninvited guest.
Apparently, so do you know what a Skyrim is, Gerald?
A Skyrim?
Mm-hmm. Have you heard of it before?
No.
Well,
Nothing. Go on, move on, because this, I'm being snarky.
It's not rude. It's a.
No, I'm just thinking something rude.
I totally appreciate your sense of humor. It's basically like a scrying type thing. It's a scrying tool. It's like a black reflective disc, kind of like an obsidian. I think it might be obsidian, but it's like a flat black disc. Do you know what? See if you give me a wee second. Sure. I'll go and grab it for you and show you. Right? 2 seconds. I'll make you big.
Oh, he's making me big. Well, and Beth said, Chris, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You could shuffle bricks. And by the way, everybody, this is a great opportunity to like and subscribe because it's free. Go find Chris on TikTok so that he can start to do live streams there. And Skyrim is a video game.
That's very true. It's one of the Elder Scrolls video games. But yeah, I think this is maybe where it comes from. So this here is you're actually not apparently not you're not supposed to hold it up to reflective surfaces. So I'll quickly show you this because I don't know if this qualifies, but so this is a Skyrim.
Okay. I'm not looking. I'm
so you can see it's kind of a black
my gaze
disc, and supposedly there's all sorts of kind of a etiquette with this. Like you're supposed to keep it covered, you're supposed to cleanse it, all of this kind of a stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really realise that when I got it, so I've just had mine sitting out on my friender. Because I thought, well, that's the best place for it because it's supposed to be quite good for communing with spirit and stuff. So yeah, maybe that's why my crystals keep moving about. Who knows?
Maybe.
Kat says, too many interruptions today. I'll have to rewatch later. I just smudged marred a WS learning deck. I had lent it to a negative person. I need out of my headspace. Note to self: don't loan any decks.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kristen's Beth says, I love that, Kristen. So is a dog that is owned by my ex-husband's current wife. I guess we have a lot in common. What else have we got? I heard you saying that. Thank you, Beth. And Skyrim's a video game, right? So I think I must almost be caught up then. I had an essential oil called Balance, and I'd waft it a bit over my dog, and he would literally drop his head down and fall asleep. Does anyone know if Chris made the Lenormand? If I made it?
Yeah, this was something, I don't know if it was made it or got it. There was something that Jane had mentioned earlier. I missed it in chat. So.
Oh, okay.
But.
Okay. I have plenty of Lenormand decks, Beth. Not Beth, sorry, Jane. I have plenty of Lenormand decks. I've never made my own or anything like that. I'm kind of a never say never type thing. I might draw one or make one just to use, but we'll see.
So there's a question in the chat. You'll get to it, but were you saying scrying mirror or Skyrim?
Skyrim, like the video game.
Okay.
It's called a Skyrim, or that's what I've been told anyway. And I was saying it's kind of like a scrying type tool.
Yes.
The idea is it's kind of a mirror type thing, and it's supposed to be good for communicating with spirit, is what I've heard. I actually had never heard of it until I saw the heebie-jeebie shop was selling them, and I got one. And that was the first I'd heard of or seen one. And then on Sunday there, when I was in East Kilbride reading at a market, the people who were sitting across from me, so they were a married couple, and they are a married couple, and they read together as a pair. And the wife, she kind of reads with cards and stuff, and then the husband has got some cards, but he uses like a Skyrim. So he does.
Okay.
He has one, and he kind of tunes in with that, whilst his wife is kind of reading away, and then he kind of get messages and then chat. It was really cool. Something really different.
Nice.
That was Donna and Kenny from Butterflies and Robins. Oh gosh, I hope that's what they're called. I think that was it. Is that an obsidian mirror? Asks Ferdiad. So yeah, I think essentially, I think it is an obsidian. I think it's obsidian. And yeah, it's like a mirror. It's very reflective, but it's called a Skyrim. Marion says, yes, there is, Chris. I hope you've got it covered now, for fuck's sake.
I was waiting for you to say that, to see that, because I'm like going, if she says it, I mean, because she said, yes, I do know people earlier. So
yeah, I'll get it covered up, Mary. I've learned to just do as I'm told. When Marion tells me something, I should just listen to her. When I went down to the Tabby conference, Marion told me, bring a suitcase because you will have loads of tarot decks. You'll acquire loads of stuff, and you'll need room to take it back up with you. And I thought, I'll be fine just with my backpack and a wee kind of a bag. And of course, I went down, and there was actually a mad panic because I thought I was going to have to get up early to go to Primark to buy a suitcase just to take up tarot decks.
Yeah.
Now, it turned out that by some weird twist of events, I was actually, apparently I've got the packing skills of a serial killer. I was able to pack everything really compactly into the bags that I had. I did really well, but they were like bursting at the seams, as Marion will know, because I kept my bags in Marion's hotel room. So I did during the last day of the conference. The moral of the story is always listen to Marion. So I will get it covered up.
Yes. Always listen to Miriam.
Yep. Did Chris say my friend that? Yeah, I've got like a table. It's kind of like an altar type thing, but it's specifically to honour my loved ones that have passed away. So I've got my dad and my maternal grandmother's orders of service from their funeral on them. And then my paternal grandmother, who passed away just recently, had a funeral, and did she not decide in her put down in all her wishes that she didn't want an order of service? So I was like, thanks very much, Gran. So now I need to find, I'll need to get a photograph of her or something and put it on. But she's messing with the system here, Gerald. She's messing with my system.
And we all know what chaos that creates.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, it would be like if somebody said to you that for just one YouTube channel, you're not allowed to have a prompt card with their name on it. Like, messes with the system.
You mean this one? I don't know. Or is it this one? I don't know.
Oh, that prompted balloons.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I think it was Chris Butler that did the Lenormand deck.
Yes, Chris Butler did do a Lenormand.
Did he? Was Chris done a Lenormand? Which Lenormand?
Yeah, the healing light tarot, and then the healing light Lenormand.
Oh. I don't know if I knew that.
Sorry, that was like really judgy of me, wasn't it? Well, yes, Chris, duh.
Judge away. You're quite
No.
right. I
And I
should
know
know.
that because I was just with Bobby from Wild Raven Tarot, who is a huge Chris Butler fan. Huge.
Mm,
And Chris just recently got married.
he did.
Yes, it's lovely.
Yeah, yeah, and I think he's really happy, and I think they had a lovely day and stuff. Yeah, I'm so happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm at the bottom of the chat, folks. Just a couple more to catch up, and then I'm 10 minutes late. Sorry, Gerald. John D had an obsidian mirror that he referred to as a scrying mirror. Need to find some homes for some of my decks, says Jen. So, not Jen, Jane. Why am I struggling so much with your name, Jane? I never struggle with names, and now I'm calling you every name under the sun.
I don't know, Bob. It's okay.
But Aztecs and other Mesoamerican civilizations had obsidian mirrors centuries before. There you go. Me imagining ancestors who mess with my systems. Rude, says Pamela.
Rude. Yeah.
Jane says, I have it. Yes, Chris Butler did a Lenny, says Marion. Jane's got it. Bedtime for Ferdiad. Have a good sleep, Ferdiad. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Are you taking us to bed with you? I mean, are we on your phone or anything like that?
I think so. Ferdiad is up early in the morning, so he's probably, when he says he's going to bed, he probably means that's him, lights out, phone off, going to sleep.
Okay.
But I mean, why would you not want to fall asleep to our dulcet tones?
Have a good sleep. Enjoy. Wake up refreshed. You're awesome.
Ferdiad is awesome. Got a lot of time for Ferdiad. Okay, Jane just sent you something about MJ publishing a pocket-size Grimalkins. I have the pocket for Haxa, and it makes all the difference, says Beth. And Marita has very kindly put a link to Chris's Lenormand. Ferdiad says, buy a girl a drink first.
And my response was just the one.
So
Don't you want dinner as well?
Righty-ho. I know that wasn't me calling you a hoe. That's me just saying righty-ho.
Because I'm not, actually.
No. Not anymore?
I was never one.
No.
No. My mama didn't raise that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Beth is like, Gerald, the creepy affirmations.
I think there's a fly that's just annoying me. Okay. I think I'm going to use the Shimmering Veil by Silla Conway. Because this sounds like a serious spread that needs a serious deck. So we'll pop that over there for now, and I'm going to get shuffling. Gerald, for those who maybe weren't here earlier on, who are now here and who are going to join us with the spread, would you like to just tell us a bit about the spreads? Tell us what we're going to be doing?
Yes. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be, it's really about the seasonal turning around the equinox. And so there's going to be 5 card positions. The top card is the card of the season, which is Impulse and Duty. Oh, here, let me do this. The top card will be the Call of the Season in Impulse and Duty. Card 2, which goes to the right, is the Sacred Task. This is about preparedness and clarity. And so, well, oh, look at that. I did that wrong. Okay. It should say preparedness and clarity there. I just fixed it. Huh. See? This is real life. There you go. The third card, which is at the bottom, is the turning over. This is the release and offering. The fourth card to the left is the balance point, which is the grounding and the Dharma. And it's like, where do I align my action with Dharma, my right relationship with the whole? And then we go into the center, which is the self in the wheel. This is about all about integration. So,
excellent. Sounds good. And are you okay to, as we go through the spreads, will you tell us again what each
I will.
position is?
I have a little bit more information because guess what? Gerald has notes because hashtag overachiever. For those who didn't know that.
I think we all knew that.
Yeah. So.
Oh, there's a fly and it won't leave me alone.
Does it have a little tiny human head on it?
Hopefully not.
Okay, I hope not.
Okay.
I have to look up.
Okay, by the way, I should have asked you, are you happy with the Shimmering Veil? Because I'm going to be using these to read for you.
Yes.
Excellent.
I will make a note to look up what Dorothy Parker said about, I like to have a martini, 2 at the most. After 3, I'm under the table. After 4, I'm under my host. Okay. Thank you, Maru. Are you okay with me using the outer hand?
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of the outer hand. Okay.
Okay. Right.
So let me see if I can do this. I was trying to fancy it up. And so the first card is what is ripening or what's sprouting, and where is life asking me to show up with courage and dignity? So the top of the season, the impulse and duty.
I will pop the positions into the chat. So.
Oh, thank you. I could probably have done that.
No, it's okay. Impulse and duty, yeah?
Yes, impulse and duty. And I will send Chris a document that he can put on the Elemental Cartomancy Facebook group if they want.
Excellent. Would you like to go first, Gerald, or would you like me to go first?
I can go first because the first card that I have for you is the World.
Oh.
So the call of the season, the impulse and duty, what's ripening is you are coming to, you're finishing a new phase, and the life is asking you to show up with courage and dignity into the next portion of what the year is going to bring. This is, and I like this in particular, Chris, because when you look at this card, there are people who they're using the frame and someone is pointing at where they want to go. It's a very powerful image, I believe. And it's great for the call of the season, that impulse and duty.
Amazing. It's a beautiful card.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for you, Gerald, just find where I've got my... I've got the 7 of Fire. Let me just turn on the light, actually, so you can see it a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
7 of Fire from the Shimmering Veil Tarot. So it's actually perfect for the question, I think, because... Hang on, let me just... no, you can kind of see me. I'll just move to this way a wee bit. We actually see someone who is doing something that requires courage. The 7 of Fire to me represents when we do push ourselves outside our comfort zone, and that's very much what I see happening. This is you, okay? And this is where you are now. This bright circle represents you, achieving your goals, being the awesome Gerald that we all know and love. But it feels like, right, okay, well, this is you in your kind of your space of success. But do you notice how what you're reaching for now is in this kind of a shadowy area outside? So this would suggest to me that, right, you've come this far and you've become really accomplished at what it is that you're doing. But now you're having to do something that's actually taking you outside your comfort zone a wee bit. And it might be that it's outside your comfort zone because it's something you've not done before.
Yep.
It might be that it's outside your comfort zone because, well, see, it's represented by this dark area. Now, the darkness, for me, it might represent something that we're uncomfortable with, but it might represent something that other people might be uncomfortable with. So to me, we, like I say, we all know you and we all love you. And I mean that when I say that. But maybe there's something that you need to do where you're like, well, maybe this is going to be a wee bit controversial. Maybe this might split the room a wee bit. And maybe that's what's bringing us into this dark space where it's like, oh, okay, like, this isn't what I'm used to. This isn't the kind of the zone that I'm used to operating in.
Yeah.
And it takes bravery, the person that we see reaching out for this. I think that they're obviously very brave, and it takes a lot of courage to be able to do this. So,
yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me because I recently made a decision that went in a different direction than a lot of people expected me to go in.
Okay.
So, the impulse and duty, and the impulse was to do it, and the duty was to remain true to who I am. So,
okay.
That I mean, the seven of fire makes a lot of sense for that. Yeah.
Good. Just remember the 7 of fire. The more traditional image that we see is someone who's got the high ground. It's someone who, it wouldn't take much to make them doubt themselves. They've got a lot. The odds are stacked up against them, or so it would appear. Yeah. But remember, when you're in 7 of fire, you've got the high ground. You've come really far. Yep. And no matter what people are going to throw at you, you can totally handle it. All right. So, like this person can totally handle what life is throwing at them right now. You can totally handle whatever it is that you're dealing with. So if you don't take anything else away from anything else that I'm going to say tonight, remember that if ever self-doubt starts creeping in and you start to question yourself, then just remember that.
I love that.
Okay. I think I might maybe switch to something like this. And that way, because I feel like it's cutting us off when I've got it on the other kind of a screen. So we'll maybe do this. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There have been a few people who have added what their cards were.
Perfect. Right, let's have a wee nosy. Let's see. Marita's first card was the Hanged Man. Okay. That is another perfect card, I think, for that prompt, because I suppose the Hanged Man for that prompt could represent a couple of different things. The Hanged Man for me is sometimes telling us to actually take a bit of a pause, take a bit of a step back and just survey the situation for a wee bit. So, and that, the question is, where do I need to show up with courage and dignity?
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a lot of courage to actually not do anything. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes taking no action is the hardest action of all. So it might be that, but also when you think about the story about all those, the kind of was it the old monks that used to kind of the whole idea of like reclining their bodies and having them upside down, is that it took their bodies to the very, the very edge, kind of like the Odin story, He hung upside down from Yggdrasil for a day and a night, I think, and it pushed them to the absolute edge. The hanged, when you're in hanged one space, it'll take you, it takes a lot out of you. But the rewards for it is the point. The rewards for it are plentiful. So You
I
maybe,
also
sorry.
no, I also think with Maru's card, the Hanged Man, this is about impulse and duty, and part of the Hanged Man is to actually have some patience. And so I think that is it's a bit of a contradiction, being impulsive, but then also being patient to allow that enlightenment to show up.
Definitely. Amazing. Beth says 2 cards jumped out, the Queen of Wands and Strength. Okay, so both very Leo energy, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So whether you've been asked to show up with courage and dignity, you need to start being comfortable being the star. Being the star that you are. Stop hiding from the attention that you obviously deserve and you've worked for. Maybe there's something that you've been working towards, and the only thing that's holding you back is knowing that it's going to put you in the limelight. Stop resisting it, because you deserve it and you'll be amazing.
Yeah.
What would you think about the Queen of Wands and Strength together, Gerald?
I think that's a whole lot of divine feminine power in action. So, I mean, I would stay out of Beth's way, to be honest with you, with those cards, because it's like, okay, that the balance is going to show up. And when I always think when you are at an equinox, where you put your attention on that day is what you're going to generate for the next 6 months.
Yeah,
So that's pretty powerful.
amazing. Naomi, what is ripening the Fool? My curiosity for adventure and connection. Amazing, Naomi.
That's great. I like that.
And Kristen has pulled Temperance. I think this is a calling to show up with courage and self-mastery. I need discipline and restraint.
Mm-hmm.
And for Apox, the Queen of Swords.
Ooh, okay.
For Pamela, the Lovers. So Pamela, you need to start putting yourself first and being unapologetically brave about that, I would think.
Yeah.
Oops. I got the Eight of Cups, says Jane.
Walking away from something, the call of the season. It's like, and also with the always with the Eight of Cups, I go, okay, you're leaving stuff behind, yet remember that you're walking to something. You're leaving this behind so you can get somewhere.
Yep. And it looks like I'm running away from Beth, says Jane.
Yeah.
Okay, dokes. Are we ready for position number 2?
Yes, and I've got it, so I can add it into. I added it into the chat. So position 2 is the sacred task. It is the preparedness and clarity. What refinement, detail, or ritual action grounds this call? So what grounds this? So, and what practices or offering prepares me to channel the energy well? And we have the Queen of Cups.
You've got the Knight of Cups, the Warrior of Water.
And I don't know, do you do any tasseomancy? Do you do any
Never have, no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I would also say, Chris, this is an interesting thing because it does suggest that perhaps you continue to use divination as a preparation for your projects. When you prepare and you want clarity, definitely go to some sort of divination.
Amazing.
And I have to say, we have this round here. We also have this roundness here.
Yeah.
There's that beautiful repetition.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love that. I'm just kind of thinking on it.
It's always a good sign when you can get Chris to pause and to think about something. It's like, because this, I think part of it is could also be for you honoring the sacredness in what you're doing. So there's an elevation of taking the mundane things and allowing it to be elevating it a bit, making your tea with new intention.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You also had a water quartz. You've got the Warrior of Water.
Do you want to switch us?
Sure.
I'm just curious. I want to see. Okay.
So this is the card that you've got here.
That
So
was
this is equivalent to the Knight of Cups. I think what really strikes me is that we've got a very, very fiery card here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have almost like it's like the polar opposite elementally speaking, with the Warrior of Water. So let me just refresh myself with what the prompt is. So what refinement, detail, or ritual action grounds this call? What practice or offering prepares me to channel the energy well? So whatever this is, whatever's represented by this, feels very fiery. It feels very daring, very kind of putting yourself out there. It takes lots of bravery and courage and all that. What grounds that feels like your ability to connect with people. That's one thing that you do really well, Gerald, is I feel that you could walk into a room and you could get on really well with anyone. You're the kind of person who it just seems to come really naturally to you to have conversations with people and learn about people. You're a really good listener and you remember things. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I've kind of noticed that you kind of can remember things about people. You can kind of bring things back that I had forgotten that I'd said or whatever. So that ability that you've got to connect with people on a human level, I think is what it's like. That's the water that's going to save you from getting burnt by the fire here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
That's what keeps you grounded. And this could also represent, like, your close connections that you've got. So, like Jeffrey and the people that you're really, really close to, that could be a good source of grounding for you. So, when you feel like this is kind of you're starting to get burnt by all this fire, then just kind of take some time to stop, connect, sit and have a conversation with Jeffrey, sit and watch a movie together or something, and just have that, have that relaxed time, I guess, that chill time.
Yeah, I think it requires the sacredness of it is to require the emotional balance of all of the energy that's in the 7 of fire. So there's this, yes, that makes sense to me.
Good.
So makes sense to me.
And let's see, what have other people got? Oh, so Marita's gone from the Hanged Man to the Moon. So very watery indeed tonight, Marita. So what seems to be what's grounding your call? So the practice is around the moon. So potentially this could be to do with your own natural spiritual practice. Is what's keeping you grounded. So if you do any kind of work with the moon cycle, but it's like it's this your your journey into the weird. Do you know what I mean? Anything that you do that would be considered weird is really good for you. It feels like in this instance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, because that's part of there's sacredness in the honoring the cycles of life. So and noticing them.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Let's see, Two of Cups for Pamela. So potentially a not dissimilar message from what you got with the Warrior of Cups.
Yeah.
With the Warrior being the action, of water. Similar to the Two of Cups, which is, building up those connections and stuff. Let's see, the Two of Wands for Kristen. So plan ahead, prepare my dominion for my future self. Definitely.
Oh, nice.
Marita says yin yang.
Yeah, she was referring
yeah.
to. Yeah, that was in reference to what was being said. I think for mine, the fire and the water, the yin and yang.
Oh right, yeah. Puts me in mind of the Knight of Wands. Yeah. To the refinement, the Knight of Cups. So same as you, allowing myself to become emotionally stable and to take on the journey. I love that, Naomi.
Yeah, especially because Naomi had the Fool. So that's great.
Yeah, amazing. Naomi is so proficient and really, really good at it's like just summarizing things. I feel like I take about 10 minutes to get to my point, whereas Naomi just has this uncanny ability to
boom,
be succinct. Yeah. Jane's just going to watch. Let's see, Marita. I do participate in new and full moon ceremonies on YouTube. Nice.
Very nice.
Lovely. Okay, are we ready for prompt 3?
Yes. And so prompt 3 is the turning over. This is the release and the offering. So thinking about this is what must be released, composted, or surrendered. This must be shed for what must be shed for new growth, and what do I consciously hand over to the cycle? And so for you, Chris, it's the 10 of Cups. You're having some really great cards with this. The 10 of Cups is this is a wishes fulfilled card. So I think about the turning over. Think about this in the release and offering, but honoring the connections that you have to your chosen family and your family is really important. And if you haven't actually figured out a way to celebrate with people who are close to you, this might be something that you could start. Have an opportunity to connect with people, because this is that, release the previous expectations, but also turn over a new leaf per se, and have this a beautiful opportunity to just to be happy with people and to celebrate their great successes and the connection that they have. I don't know. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Can you do me a wee recap of my first card, like the thing that we're looking at, what the calling was, so as I can put it into context for my third one?
What you want? This one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is that call of the season. It's what's ripening. And where is life asking you to show up with courage and dignity?
Okay.
It feels like you may be taking on a larger role in the family unit. You may be the one to go, you know what? We're going to do this together. Let's have some sort of a celebration. I don't know if you're going to have to be hosting holidays or anything like that. This when I see these two things together, I think suddenly someone's going to have the responsibility of doing the next family reunion or the family outing.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because you've had, 2 cups. There's a lot of emotion. I think this is going to be definitely an emotional fall for you.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Interestingly enough, you've got another water card as well. For the third prompt, you've got the 3 of water. Let me just switch us around. So if I hang on a wee second, I'll zoom out a smidge so that we can see that. There we go. So if I just move these up a bit and these over, there we go. Okay. So what must be released, composted, or surrendered? What must be shed, new growth? What do I consciously hand over to the cycle? So what's interesting here is it kind of puts this into context, because this is what's grounding you, and it's like it almost feels like it's drawn a bit of a distinction between the really close relationships that you've got and maybe some of the more surface level relationships that you've got. And it's not saying that we need to, we all need to have like kind of we have all levels of connection. We have all different types of people in our life. I think sometimes people can be quite, I need to cut people out, and I need to do a bit of a clear out, and I only need to have the people that are really, really, really close to my heart type thing. But I think I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong, right? This is just my opinion, but I don't think that that's life. I think that life, involves all different. I'm not going to say levels because it makes it sound very hierarchical, but that's not what I mean. But we have all types of relationships in our lives every day. We have different types of interactions. We relate differently to different people, and that's human. We have our people that we're closer to. We have our people that we're not so close to. And this isn't. I don't think this is saying necessarily to. So the folks that maybe aren't so close, I don't think it's saying cut them out. But I think it's just saying, right, okay, well, when it comes to this, it's maybe about finding grounding in the people that are closest to you. So if this represents you doing something controversial or something where you're maybe not sure, it's maybe going to split the room a bit, it's going to divide the room, maybe the temptation might be to look at the masses and say, right, there's lots of people that are really coming for me here, there's lots of people that are I'm getting backlash. And I feel like what this is saying is by all means, you can learn from this, but what's keeping you grounded and what matters the most are the people that are closest to you,
Yes.
And that what that doesn't mean is I'm just going to listen to the people that tell me what I want to hear, and I'm going to ignore the people that are criticising me. That's not what it's saying, and I think there's an important distinction there. It might be that the people that are closest to you are going to say, well, actually, Gerald, I think you maybe shouldn't have said that, or actually, Gerald, I think you maybe shouldn't have done that in that way. But it's like that, so that's, I think that sometimes we can get caught up in that a wee bit, and we can make the mistake of thinking, right, okay, well, I'm, you're either with me or against me type thing, but make sure that you're grounded by the people that are closest to you, and that you're not giving too much credence to to everyone else.
I'm actually following what you're saying, Chris.
Good.
That's making sense to me.
I'm glad, because once again, I need Naomi. I need Naomi here to summarize my points for me.
No, but that actually makes sense, because part of that is turning over, and if it's the 3, part of that for me is it's like, okay, maybe it's moving outside of my small group of friends, and maybe it's allowing that group of friends to expand rather than stay small. So
yeah, absolutely. Another way we could look at this, right? Because this is the Three of Water, but it's always kind of a look like a flame to me.
Yep.
So that card is
I was
always kind of
noticing
been linked to the element of fire in my mind, just because of the way
Mhm.
that it looks. But because it links the elements of fire and water, and because it's sitting underneath this card,
Yep.
I could almost see this as like almost acting like a bit of a safety net here.
Yes.
And maybe it's like, right, you kind of if you really want to do this, then you need to really do it, and you almost need to like shed the safety net and
Yep.
just go for it.
Yes.
It's another way of looking at it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Shall we see what people in the chat are saying?
Yeah.
So Jane says, I lied. I got the 6 of Pence. Is that from the deck that Jane's used?
I think that was that for the sacred task.
Okay.
I actually really like the 6 of Pence for that.
What's the 6 of Pence? Is that like coins?
I think it's coins, yes.
Right, okay. Okay, nice. Very nice. Kristen has got the 4 of Swords. I need to stop letting my CFS the quality of my life and my character. I'm not sure if I'm understanding. Is that CFS affects the quality of my life?
She added something else right after that.
Dictate. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Got you. I take it CFS is chronic fatigue syndrome.
I think you're correct.
Hanged Man Moon and then Temperance for Marita. Are you using a majors only Marita, or do you just?
I
have
was
to
going to ask the same thing. I was like, going, wow, that's it's a lot of majors.
It is a lot of majors, and again, as much as Temperance links to Sag and might be a fiery card, it's very watery when you look at it in a lot of decks. So Marita is swimming about in the ocean here.
Well, and it's a whole lot of transformation from getting a different perspective and then going in and following your intuition and doing a lot of healing work, and then Temperance, which is outwardly. I think that's really fascinating.
Yeah. What Marita's reading makes me similar to what I was saying about this being the safety net. That's kind of what Marita's reading makes me think of, because if you think about it, the Hanged Man is surrendering. Do you know what I mean? The Hanged Man is about surrender. He's like kind of he's hanging upside down by his foot, but he's, he looks quite, he's quite happy about it. So there's an element of surrender there.
Yeah.
With the moon, the crayfish is like going on that journey, and sure, it might be scared, but there is an element of surrender. And then all of a sudden you get Temperance, who's like all very sensibly clothed, and it's all very controlled the way that she's pouring that water from one cup to another. And we've got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's like very non-committal. Do you know what I mean? Temperance just likes to be sitting on the fence,
sure,
in every respect. So it feels like maybe what you're needing to shed is that kind of that need for the perfect balance, that kind of a Goldilocks type thing. Maybe you need to kind of have that element of surrender. Maybe there needs to be like that moment where you just go into your bag of fucks and realize that it's empty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that in that context, I know Temperance isn't necessarily a negative card, but in that context, that's what Temperance looks like to me next to those other cards. It feels like it's been too safe, and that's what needs to be shed.
Maru did say, nope, straight pulls, and Pamela added Temperance conjures divine timing to me.
Okay.
It's a lot of timing in that, yeah. Naomi.
Compost and surrender. The magician. Take only the tools that I need to prevent any complications on the way. I love that. I love that for the magician.
Yeah, especially, yeah, because she had the Fool, a Knight, and then the Magician. There's a lot of magic and a lot of call to action, I think.
Yeah. there is. Nancy from A Crone's Intuition is here. Hi, Nancy. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And for Beth, the sacred task is the Ace of Pence. Turning over is the moon. So this is the turning over card, yeah. So the moon is what you've got for the third one. So maybe you've got a wee bit of fear to shed. Maybe there's a wee bit of fear of the unknown, of taking a bit of a dive into, those unfamiliar territories. And maybe it's time to just go for that.
Yeah. Wow. Well, and of course, because Beth had that, massive, she had the strength and a queen. So I am just going to. I want Beth on my side when things hit the fan. So,
True. Very true. Okay.
All right.
Prompt 4.
Prompt 4 is it's the balance point. And so prompt 4 is what resonates, or it's grounding in Dharma. It's what restores balance between my personal will and the greater rhythm. Where do I align my action with Dharma, my right relationship to the whole? So, Chris, we have the Two of Cups for you.
Oh, more water.
More water. And the Two of Cups is very healing, and spending time with the people that are going to help fulfill you and to honor and to help you heal the emotion of the last several months of all of the change, and you had an ancestor who decided that she didn't want certain things, and she didn't want what did you call it? A service. I don't remember what it was called. So
Say that again to me. Sorry.
This is partially healing. It's about companionship and friendship, but it's also, I'm wondering if this has to do with the fact that the family member who passed, and she didn't do what you wanted her to do.
Oh, the order of service. So the order of service is like the kind of a wee booklet thing.
Yeah. And so I'm wondering if because it's part of what's your right relationship with the whole. How are you going to be doing this? I mean, you're all water down here. I mean, this is, and we will be moving into the time of the year where we do honor water, and depending upon the certain practices that people have, the fall is associated with water. So
yeah,
it's a curious thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's the, and this is about restoring balance, and this is with your personal will and the greater rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sit down, and have you figured out where you are in the big picture? Have you thought about that recently? Now might be the opportune time to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely resonates a lot. I think my issue, right, is I'm good at looking at different areas of my life and thinking, right, where am I? So where is work, Chris? Where is, like husband Chris and dog dad Chris?
Yes.
Where is, maths tutor Chris, tarot tube Chris? Where are, like all of these different kind of Chris's, where are they all? But sometimes I need to kind of remember to just stop and look at the bigger picture, like find the balance between all those things. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. I almost feel like I'm kind of just talking rubbish a wee bit, but
no.
yeah.
Beth had said, Chris, you're a Scorpio, yes? So you'll be in your element according to these cards.
Well, yeah, this is true.
Well, and you know, I also think, you know, where you think about where you fit into the whole, I mean, there are a lot of different aspects of each of us. This is an opportune time because this is a cosmic reset. How do all of those pieces fit together? And you named it, you know, work Chris, husband Chris, YouTube Chris. You didn't mention Uncle Chris, you know, friend Chris, you know, piano player Chris, painter Chris, you know, dog human Chris. There's lots of different aspects of it, and I think part of it may be, you know, and part of it may be just it's a discovery, and part of it the balance point may simply be by being aware of that's what is going on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Sometimes you don't realize how many versions of yourself you're juggling, do you?
No, I oftentimes don't, and when I remember it is when I start to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, yeah. See, with all that in mind, that kind of adds a wee bit of context, because when we look at my reading again, like the 10 of Cups, you know, those 10 empty cups on the table could represent all of the different aspects of myself, you know,
Sure.
but it's like it almost looks like a table that's set for other people, you know. So it's like there's all of these kind of versions that are being set out to please other people. Whereas the kind of the stuff that's maybe what I'm being asked to shed. The stuff that I am being asked to focus on is more like your Queen of Cups and your Two of Cups, which when you look at the difference, there's less cups involved, you know, there's less kind of a separation. And in the Queen, we actually see someone looking for meaning and actually looking closely at one of the cups and looking for meaning within the cup. So rather than it just being 10 cups where it's overwhelming and we're not really kind of looking for anything in them, and it's very much about pleasing other people, the Queen and even the Two of Cups as well, it's kind of takes it back to, you know, just takes a step back, doesn't it? And it's like, you know, just spending that wee bit more time looking for meaning and maybe the different things that I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm also wondering, Chris, because we have cups. I mean, Pamela has said, look at all the circles in Chris's first three cards: circle, 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 and there are circles here. And I'm just going to toss this out there: is perhaps it's time for you to be doing more readings for others, because we have the Queen of Cups, which is a card of divination and helping. But then it's almost like you've been invited to a party, and then you're connecting and you're spending one-on-one time to help people gain insight. And I don't know about you, but for me, when I have the honor of doing a reading for someone, I benefit from that as well.
Yeah,
It's definitely a blessing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I read for a lot of people at the weekend, Gerald. I think I totaled it up. I think I read for 23 people over the 2 days. And do you know, it's funny when you say like you can always get something out of it. Something that I found is that when you read for that many people, you start getting the same cards showing up again and again. Like, I'm sure I got the same final card for 3 people in a row. Definitely 2 people in a row. I think I want to say it was 3. And like the 8 of Pentacles kept coming up over and over again. And these are, it's not like I'm just using the same deck and not shuffling it right. I mean, on Saturday I had 4 tarot decks with me. On Sunday I had 6. And the querent is choosing their own deck, and I'm shuffling it, and they're shuffling it. So these decks are getting shuffled. But it's just, it makes you stop and think when the same cards that are coming out, you start thinking, is there maybe a wee something for me in this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do.
But anyway, that's enough talking about me for now. Let me shift things a wee bit and let's chat about you, because after me talking about temperance there, you've got the temperance card as your balance point, sorry. Sorry,
yeah, the balance point.
Yeah, perfect. Which is kind of quite an apt card for this position. Not just because it's temperance is naturally about finding the balance and the equilibrium, but also because it's, the imagery that we see is finding the balance and equilibrium between fire, represented by the red cup, and water, represented by the blue cup. And your reading has been dominated by fire and water. So it's almost like finding the balance between all of this stuff. So yeah, and I suppose what's where it also kind of differs is, to me, these cards feel dark. I suppose that, I mean, the Warrior of Water isn't really all that dark, but there's just something foreboding. There's like there's a feel about him where you wouldn't cross him. And same with the figures in these two cards. There's just something that feels quite heavy about them, whereas Temperance, it's like the lights have been turned on, So yeah, it just feels lighter. It feels more like, it's almost like it's taking I don't know if shame is the right word, but it's like it's taking some of the negativity, the negative feelings out of all of this. And we feel lighter almost,
I like that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That temperance there is really pretty impactful.
Good.
Makes a lot of sense. Hey, while you get caught up in chat, I'm going to step away for a second.
No worries at all. So let's see. Pamela has got the Sun for card 4. The Sun card has really been out in my readings lately. Okay, so I suppose that depends on the context of each reading, Pamela, but I think on the surface level of the Sun, we often see it as being about that joy, that sense of happiness and joy, and just, we've shed the fear and the worry that comes with the moon. The thing about the moon as well is, like, not everything is as it appears. The light, the moon reflects the light of the sun, whereas we get things more directly with sunlight, and it kind of it shows things up for what they are. The sun represents all of that, but also the sun represents, like, it's not just joy, it's a sense of joy in yourself, so it feels like kind of where the reading is balancing out for you. The kind of a balancing point is that sense of self-respect, that sense of self-worth, and the joy that comes with that. So maybe, Pamela, maybe you need to start appreciating yourself, and recognizing your own superpowers, to put it in a particular way. Beth has got the Hermit. Makes sense. I'm a full-time nurse right now to Bodhi anyway, so I'll focus on tarot and Mabon or Samhain. That's right. We saw that from Beth about being a Scorpio. The 3 of Cups for Marita. More water. More water for
there's
Martha. Poor Martha is just all out there. I hope that you get a nice grounding fifth card, Martha. The Sun card stalking seems to be a good thing, says Marita for Pamela. Kristen says the moon, no clue, just accepting the ambiguity in life, integrating my shadows, not sure. So we're not sure about the moon for Kristen. What do you think, Gerald?
Well, I think it's part of because this is about the balance point. So, and it's how do you balance your personal will and the greater rhythm? The moon card is a card about rhythm. It is about honoring the natural cycles. Kristen, I would think that you want to, really notice your rhythms and honor those, and just by noticing, you can have a lot of influence and do things. So, but I think it could be, yeah, it could be ambiguity. If you hate ambiguity, embracing it can be a very powerful thing, and allowing it to be part of it and plan for the ambiguity. So, what do you think of the moon?
I think in the context of balance, it feels like it's maybe about accepting the things we can't change. So certain parts of your life, it maybe feels like you're out of your comfort zone. And maybe there's an aspect of, it's okay because I know the sun's going to come up eventually. It's okay because I know it's not going to be like this forever. It's okay because I know that I'm going to get back to my normal soon. This is just temporary. This is just the moon,
Yeah.
But and it's kind of I'll liken it to like how like us 95ers, Monday to Friday workers, we kind of get ourselves into a pattern where we live for the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure lots of people can relate to that. But when you live for the weekend, you're wishing away 5 out of 7.
Yeah, you're missing all of the other the moments of joy that can be integrated.
Yeah. So sure, the weekend's always going to be there at the end of the week for you, of course. Just like the sun's always going to be there, it's always going to rise in the morning at the end of the moon phase. But if you get into that where you're just kind of a wishing away, it's almost like you're wishing away part of your time, part of your life, almost, depending how you look at it. So it feels like sometimes what we need to learn to do is actually be in the moment, be present, accept the things that we can't change. Say, right, okay, well, I know that I'm in a moon phase right now. Rather than just hunkering down and praying for daylight.
Yeah.
Let's go take a walk. Let's let's see what we can make of this moon energy. Let's grab this bitch by the horns and let's actually do something with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
So yeah, that's those are my thoughts. Naomi, for the right relationship with my whole temperance, remove the things that no longer serve to create better relationships and to help me move forward. So Naomi's got the same card as you,
Yeah,
Gerald.
I was noticing that.
And is that the second time that Naomi's gotten the same card as you?
I believe so, yes, because she got it in the Knight of Cups in position 2.
There you go. You and Naomi are in sync today.
There you go.
Let's see. Interest in this spread and your readings made me introspect my life for the last 40 minutes, says Apox.
I hope that's a good thing.
Let's see. I've been wanting to hit Chris up for a reading at some point, says Kristen. Well, you're always welcome, Kristen. And when we're live together, Kristen, in a couple of weeks, you will also have the choice about whether you want to read for each other or whether you would rather we just read for ourselves. So you can start thinking about that.
Nice.
Let's see. Skyrim, Teely Frieden, Sharon, says Pamela.
Yeah, about your spread. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. I did readings for college students and I kept getting the same cards. They kept pointing towards financial concerns. There you go.
Yeah.
Do you do private readings, Chris, by email request? Yeah, sure. If anybody wants a private reading, then email me and we can definitely set something up. Yeah, it's not, I don't advertise it per se, but I'm always happy to hear from people, and whether it's we kind of do it in a traditional way where I'm pulling cards for you and we do a reading that way, or what I often like doing is like getting people to pull cards for themselves, and we have a chat about the cards that they're pulling. So definitely send me an email if you're interested, and we can have a chat.
That's great.
Marita's put in a link to your channel, which is very kind. Thanks, Marita. And everyone, go make sure that you're subscribed to Gerald's.
It's a good catch.
You're welcome, Kristen. Pamela says, the moon to me is that part of the other world that walks right at our side, just behind the veil. I'm going to have to rewatch from the beginning, but I did pull 4 cards, says Nancy. So Nancy has pulled Temperance, the Ace of Cups, the Emperor, and the Star.
Oh, wow.
What really stands out to me is the Emperor as the kind of what you're shedding, what you're letting go of. So it's that kind of a need for structure. It's that need for everything to be just so. The Temperance, the Ace of Cups, the Star. Temperance suggests that where you are is, see how I was saying that. Think about the Temperance and the Star together, Nancy, right? Temperance and the Star, like think of the depictions in the Smith Way, in lots of decks, they're quite similar. 2 cups, 2 vessels involved, pouring waters involved. There's usually a body of water. What's the difference between them is Temperance is everything's covered, all of the naughty bits are covered up, and Temperance is very controlled about how they're pouring those, pouring those elements. Everything's kind of being done in a particular way. The Star has shed all clothing, all the naughty bits are out. There's like kind of what I was saying to Marita earlier on. The bag of fucks is empty. The water's we're no longer being so controlled about what we're doing. The water's being freely poured. There's just this sense of surrender and freedom that comes with the Star when you compare it to what's happening in Temperance. And that's your Emperor that you're shedding. That's you shedding that need to have that rigid structure. We can maintain some kind of a security in our lives, but not everything needs to be just so. Sometimes it's good to let go a wee bit, I think.
Yeah, that's a nice, nice 4 cards.
Definitely. Thanks, Marita. And then is this the 5th position?
This is the 5th position. It's the self in the wheel. And so it's the integration. And so thinking about this is how do I embody both action and surrender? What is revealed when I see myself as both harvester and planter, giver and receiver? So this is the integration. It's another cup, Chris. This is the 5 of Cups. And thinking about this is the integration, because part of what we were saying before is you noticing the amount of the amount you of all of the different aspects of you. Perhaps it's time for you to go, I didn't realize that I was still doing that, or I was needed to do that. Maybe it's time for me to do something different. So I'm thinking, the 5 of Cups is things are different.
Yeah.
And you can't make them not different as much as you would like to, because you can't put this cup back together. Instead, you can recognize which cups are remaining. And do you clean up the mess or not? So that you can move on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely action and surrender in itself, because you can try to do things, but you may not be able to change them.
Yeah.
It's a powerfully emotionally filled spread for you, Chris.
It is. It's got lots of the feels in it, hasn't it? Hasn't this spread? Yeah, 4 out of 5 cards are watery.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
I'm sure a mathematician could figure that out, but
oh gosh, don't let's not hurt my brain with that today.
But I think, but as we look at this, let's take a peek at it visually. Every cycle of life includes, it includes planning, it includes some celebration, it includes some more focused celebration and healing. And then some things, if you are planting a garden, sometimes the things that you plant don't grow.
Mm-hmm.
So, and would you highlight all that? Beth, I can do even better. I can send that to you if you want. But here you go. Here. 3, 4, and then I don't know where to put the 5. I don't know.
There we go. Perfect.
So
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gerald.
Yeah. Does that make sense to you? Does it resonate? Because this is one of those times that I'm like going, it feels like it makes more sense to you than it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting and quite nice is let me just do this again. That 4th card was the 2 of Cups. And we still see those two. We still see the 2 cups and the 5 of Cups. We still see the 2 cups that are sitting full.
Yeah.
But it's kind of almost like it's like, right, okay, well, we've got our 2 cups there, and we're using that to be grounded, and we're using that as kind of we've always got that to fall back on. But it's like, right, okay, well, there were still 10 cups in that 3rd card, right? So we're focusing, we're spending some time focusing on the 2 cups that matter. But then let's also spend some time going back and clearing up some of those other cups and dealing with some of the other stuff. And some of that's going to be difficult to deal with, because some of it's probably things that I just need to, things I need to deal with, things I need to put to bed. There's maybe some tough conversations that need to be had, potentially with myself, but when you kind of look at the story, it's like the Queen of Cups is telling us it right from the start,
Yeah.
Even the world card, when you look at the world, it almost looks like
Yeah.
see that the round thing, whatever the round thing is, that's like pulling the focus to, I think it's Africa and the world map. But it's like it's framing Africa, so it's like, right, let's pull the focus. Let's not try and concentrate on the whole wide world. Let's pull the focus to one particular thing. And the Queen of Cups is rehashing that message. She's like, we've got one cup here. Let's concentrate on this one cup. Let's look at it and appreciate it for what it is. Let's look at the meaning within the cup. And then it's like, right, what am I being asked to shed? Well, there's 10 cups there, right? So it's like you're trying to do too much. You're trying to be too much for too many people. What matters is the Two of Cups. And then what's the integration of everything? What's the balance? How does that all balance out? And it's like, right, okay, well, there's, you've got your two cups there. You've got your things that matter, the things to focus on.
Yeah.
And, that means that maybe there is some tough stuff that you're going to have to deal with. But you've always got those two cups to fall back on.
Yeah. And I think also, I always like to point out is we need to take time to recognize that those cups are no longer viable for us. It's uncomfortable, but we have to realize it. So, and because there's power in honoring what's no longer available to us or what's gone. That's part of the grief process.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. Would you like to know what your fifth card is, Mr. Gerald?
I would love that.
Okay, let me just quickly do this and then this. So if I move these out of the way to make space, make way. Your fifth card, it's another fire card. You've got the 5 of fire.
We both got 5s.
We did. We both get 5s.
For the fifth card.
Yeah, true. So it feels like when you kind of put everything together, when everything comes together, the 5 of fire, I like to look at it as a healthy way to deal with challenge, to deal with like competition versus infighting. Do you know what I mean? It's like finding a healthy outlet for that fiery energy. So it feels like what we're trying to do here, this is a very fiery card, and even down below here, this feels really fiery for what's going on. And we've got our kind of almost our water sentient here. And we're finding the balance here, but all in all, it's about still staying true to what it is that you want to do. So this Gerald here, who's reaching for this unknown, we want to stay true to that. And we want to express ourselves in whatever that is. And we want to have those interactions with people. And it's not like we want to kind of just, like I was saying earlier, it's not about removing all of the people that challenge us. Actually, that feels like that's quite a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Challenging conversations and all of that thing, all of that stuff. But when you kind of look at, the depiction here, we associate the 5 of fire, the 5 of wands with like kind of fighting. But I mean, as much as some of them might be fighting, it looks like some of them might be having some good fun.
Yes.
Just depending on how you see the image.
Well, and for me, the 5 of wands is a card about an energy exchange. So like you said, there's competition over fighting. And I think for it in the center, for me, part of that is the integration is to remember it is an energy exchange, and I am the one who determines, does it bite back, or am I leading the dance, or am I allowing the dance to lead me?
Yeah. True.
It felt like you were going to say something else about the 5 of fire.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I suppose something that occurs to me is, I mean, this is quite a. There's a lot happening in this card. This isn't like a nice kind of and they all lived happily ever after type ending,
Mm-mm.
and not all end in the real, the big bad world. Not all, not everything has a happily ever after.
Yes.
Sometimes things do get quite murky and fiery, and we seem to have a bit of a vortex going on here. You know, um, that that's the way the world works, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I suppose it's what am I trying to say? If this is a particular endeavor of yours, don't keep going at it and keep going at it and keep going at it, feeling like you need to find that nice full stop, that nice ending, that kind of a nice stopping point. It might be that either A, it doesn't have a stopping point and it's an ongoing thing, it's an ongoing conversation. We are only at the 5 after all. Or it might be that it gets to a point where you say, right, okay, that conversation's happened and not everybody agrees, but you know what? We're going to draw a line in the sand and we're going to move on from it. We take the learnings and we leave all of the other bullshit that's happened.
Yes.
Maybe that's a conversation that you're going to have. But whatever it is, it's like it's not like all nice and like you've not like it's not like someone in their one of these rich folks in their wrapping room. It's not all nicely parceled up with a bow on top.
Mm-hmm.
This might be something that kind of we need to when you jam pack a cupboard full and then you quickly shut it.
Yes.
Maybe this is going to be one of those where we just quickly shut the cupboard and then bolt it shut and we like that's something for future Gerald to kind of deal with when he comes to open that cupboard again.
Mm-hmm. It's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah. I don't feel like it is. I feel like I'm. Do you ever get that when you're reading for something? I think it's what you just said, where you feel like it's making more sense to the other person than what it is to you.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
I feel like when I'm reading, I'm just. It's like there's a part of me that's watching it from a third party perspective, thinking,
Yeah.
"What utter shite are you talking?" Sir? Do you know what I mean?
I understand how you feel, but this is making sense to me. This is making sense to me.
Good, excellent.
So,
Okay, I'm just going back and finding people's cards. So, we've got another 5. Pamela's got the 5 of Pentacles. Right, we need someone. We've had Pentacles, Cups, and Fire. So we need someone to pull the 5 of Swords, please. And class will not be dismissed until someone pulls the 5 of Swords.
There you go.
And bonus points for a wee Hierophant as well, folks. Anyway, sorry, 5 of Pentacles for number 5. I'm on a journey with someone. There is the lighted window of guardians, always keeping watch.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice, Pamela. Nancy's got the Hermit, some introspection, some kind of finding the answers within there, Nancy.
Yeah, and enjoying that alone time.
Definitely. Yeah. Honestly, Chris, the planet is mostly water too. Yeah, that's true. For the self, we've got the wheel for Beth. Self and the wheel is the death card. So death and regeneration, change, cycle renews.
Yeah, and let's be honest, at this time of the year, we're doing the harvesting. So what are you harvesting that's going to help you? So some things just didn't work.
Yeah, definitely. Part of if you're a gardener, you'll probably get this reference, but part of looking after a plant or a flower is cutting off the dead bits.
Yep.
You know, pruning. And that's what the death card represents. It's like clearing away what's no longer working,
Yes.
so that the whole thing, the living plant, can thrive. Let's see. So Naomi's got justice, concentrate on the immediate task, and that will simplify things, allowing myself to learn and grow.
Mm.
And then Marita, because I'd said, right, we need to find something that grounds you because of all this water. Last card is the Nine of Pentacles. So we'll get the Hanged Man, the Moon, Temperance, the Three of Cups, and then the Nine of Pentacles to balance everything out. So after going through what must feel like an absolute war with all those emotions, all that water,
Yeah.
you've got your Nine of Pentacles. So as much as it's going to feel like you've been put through the ringer, you're going to be well rewarded for it. So that's good to know. I think anyone who needs to deal with that much water.
Oh yeah, with the
Nine
nine,
of Pentacles moment.
all of the successes that you've had have been won through hard work. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, and justice for Apox as well. No more Mr. Nice Guy for those who exploit me. Well, that's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
There you go.
And yeah, for those that are exploiting you or do exploit you, then we cordially hope that their next shite is a hedgehog.
There you go.
What is revealed is the Knight of Swords. Well, when I'm out of balance, I am impulsive and intellectually dishonest with myself. When I'm in balance, I move forward deliberately and seek wisdom. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, folks. I love that. I love that you're bringing in the both perspectives in terms of being out of balance and in balance.
Yes.
I think that it's probably, unless you're reading with reversals and you kind of you set the intention for the cards to distinguish between the two, then it's probably good that we all have in mind that all of the cards can be in balance and out of balance. And what does that mean? What does that mean for the spread? What does that mean for my reading when the cards are knocked out of balance? Okay, so on the Wheel of the Year, we are in the time of vessels too.
Yes.
Says Pamela.
Yes.
Were you born between October the 22nd and November the 1st? Yes, I was. I was born on November the 1st, on the dot. So you're quite right. The Five of Cups is my card. It's that represents the deck that I was born in. Let's see. So that's the first decan in Scorpio. Let's see. Deadheading, we call it in the US. So that's the cutting the dead bits off. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, totally. For anyone who would have the absolute audacity to exploit one of my lovely viewers, we wish severe inconvenience on them.
Yes.
And yeah, past your bedtime because I'm yawning away. Gerald, do you like to do a kind of a bottom card type thing, or do you like me where you like to add things up?
Well, I like both of those. And
Okay.
your bottom card is the Three of Pentacles.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So that feels like it's kind of just rehashing that message of bringing things back to, just retreating a wee bit and bringing things back to what's meaningful.
Yes.
So we're not doing all the things in the 8. We're kind of keeping things close with the 3.
Well, and I also think that there's an important aspect of this, because the important aspect is to make sure that you look at the blueprints to see that you're doing the things that you are needed. And anytime you're building something, there's always going to be adjustments and unexpected things. And that's called being human. And so we have, I'm totaling up for you. So yours is a 6, but with the bottom card, it's a 9. The whole reading.
Okay.
So, did you do a bottom card for me?
I sure did. So you've got the Judgment card as your bottom card. And we see these. Actually, if you look at it, it's almost like the opposite of this. So here we see someone who's in the light and they're reaching towards the darkness.
Yeah.
Here we see these people in the darkness and they're reaching towards the light. The only difference between these, though, is the filter. The Snapchat filter or the Instagram filter, the camera filter that you're putting on it. Ultimately, you're in one place and you're seeking enlightenment by going somewhere else. And I suppose that's the key. Whatever it is that you're striving to do, whatever this kind of a reading means for you, make sure that you're kind of going for it, because make sure that you're going to be a better person tomorrow than what you are today. Make sure you're striving to be in a better place, and that you're not doing things that are going to bring you down, make you feel like shit.
Yeah.
I also feel like, see what I was saying about this, how everything doesn't have to be wrapped up in a nice, tidy parcel. It's not about finding the perfect ending. In real life, in my experience, situations very seldom have that perfect, all things tied up ending. There needs to come a time where we all decide, right, I'm drawing a line in the sand here. I'm cutting my losses, or this is, I've learned everything that I've come here for. It's time for me to kind of move forward and take the learnings, take the relationships that I've formed. It's time for me to take the positives from this, and move forward into this kind of a new place.
Yes.
When I total everything up, without the bottom card, it comes to, oh gosh, I've forgotten. Let me do it again. So 12,
41,
20, 27, 31, 41. So 4 plus 1 is 5, right? But then if you take in 20, then it takes it to 61. And 6 plus 1 is 7.
Yeah.
So without the context of the bottom card, we're in a 5, which is kind of where we were here. The 5s are where we're being asked to kind of step outside our comfort zone, but we're being asked to do something, not because it's what we've always done, but we kind of all of a sudden we need to have faith. We need to kind of believe in ourselves and believe in that the universe has got our back, and go for something, even though we don't quite know where it's leading us.
Yes.
When we kind of come to the 7, it's like, right, okay, well, it's chariot energy, it's like that step flying about me. It's funny because we started with a 7 and we ended on a 5, and we're talking about the numbers being 5 and 7.
Yes.
But 7 is another number that's about stepping outside your comfort zone. It's growth from stability. You're kind of going from the nice harmony of that 6, and you're saying, right, let's push on again. I got the nice stability of the 4. and then all of a sudden I was outside my comfort zone with a 5, and then I got things back to being nice again with a 6. And what's this now? Once again, you're asking me to do something that I'm not comfortable with.
Yep.
It's like, but right, okay. So it's just about believing in yourself, I think.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. That fly is going to get your attention somewhere or another.
The fly is doing my absolute head in, so it is, to be honest. But it's obsessed with your cards, though. Can I just say it's like crawling all over your cards, and it's very interested in what's going on here. And you know, for me, everything is part of the reading. So if a car backfires outside and makes you think of something, that's part of the reading.
Yeah.
If a fly is constantly flying about when you're trying to do the reading, that's part of it. If a wee orb, I don't know if you saw it there, but if a wee orb flies over the screen, it's part of the reading.
So I also think it's interesting because I'm looking at the chat, and Naomi's bottom card was Judgment. My bottom card was Judgment. And Nancy's bottom card was Judgment.
Wow. You and Naomi have got 3 cards in common.
Yes, I know. It's like, hi, Naomi, I see you. So,
that's really something. And we call it 6 cards because including the bottom card, it's a 6-card spread. That's half of the cards you've pulled in the same positions. Well, as Naomi. That's something right there, isn't it?
That's incredible.
Let's see. So Beth is pointing out that I'm November 1st and you're November. Are you the 4th?
I'm the third. I'm the third.
The 3rd,
yeah.
Right. Pamela's the 7th. So you guys are all sharing that 6 of Cups. You guys are all smelling those roses and those flowers that are for some inexplicable reason in a cup. You are all sniffing them together. Kristen is the last leg of Scorpio. So Kristen is the debauch, 7 of Cups. A wee thoth. A wee bit of thoth there for everyone. Oldest and dearest friends was November 1st. My absolute oldest friend is November 12th. I guess Scorpios make lifelong friends. Bottom is the 8 of Swords. Oh my goodness, it's 20 minutes to 12.
Yep.
I did not realise that was the time. I was just looking to see if it was 11 o'clock yet.
It's
11 o'clock 40 minutes ago. I'm so sorry, everyone.
No.
Wow. Right. Very quickly then. Bottom card's the Devil for Kristen. You little minx, Kristen.
Kristen's gonna have a little bit of fun.
And then I think you said that Nancy's got Judgment as well. The fly spirit animal symbolises perseverance, adaptability, and the ability to overcome obstacles despite challenges, encouraging you to remain steadfast in your goals and aspirations. The bottom card was the 2 of Wands for Beth. And then all majors except for the Ace of Cups, says Nancy. So November 26th. So that's Scorpio, Real Sky, and traditional Sagittarius.
Yeah, she's one of the few people who I know who are actually sidereal Scorpio.
Right. Is Scorpio one of the ones that's shorter? Because of
Scorpio is about 6 days, if that long.
Oh, okay. Time for bed for Naomi. Thanks for a great reading, Gerald. Really enjoyed the catch up. Thanks, Chris, for hosting. Take care all and catch you all soon. Thank you very much, Naomi. Enjoy your bed. Thanks very much for joining us.
Yeah. Here, let me do this.
Oh, yeah. we're back.
Yeah, this has been great. So what I will do is in the Elemental Cartomancy group on Facebook, I'll post your picture, but I will also post the I'll put in the bit of information or the big notes so that people
That
can
would be
have
amazing. Thank you, Gerald.
it. So yeah, it's been
Brilliant.
wonderful.
Thank you so much for joining me. The spread has been absolutely fantastic, so thank you very much for that. Thank you to Gerald and Quill as well. I think everyone in the chat seems to agree. Nancy really enjoyed it. And yeah, I've just had a great time. Thanks for coming on and doing this with me. I really appreciate it as always.
Thank you.
For keeping me company and for letting me keep you for now 45 minutes after the time that I said. Yeah.
It's wonderful. I want to say thank you to everybody watching. And it's been great. It's been wonderful.
Amazing. Thanks, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your night, your day, if it's still daytime for you. Have a great weekend when it comes. Look after yourselves. And we shall see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.